Here we go. We are putting the phone in the special holder for the amazing and wonderful experience known as going live. And now here's the deal. I'm late. I'm always late for these things. What I do is I pre-schedule videos and then I line them up on unrealistic timelines because I always go over because I'm a chatty Cathy and that's how I like to do it. Now, with that said, that's why all the timelines don't match up for all the videos I'm supposed to be doing when I'm supposed to be doing them. But we still do them. We still get them done. We did 3 videos already. This is number 4. Number 4, fingers, is the live video where I go live and basically go through and answer questions from people who have questions. I know it's late. It's 12:52 a.m. Maybe I'll do these videos at the beginning. Maybe that's a better way to do it. But here's the deal. You get to ask questions by calling the number. Let me put the number in there real quick. It is 407-279-1754. Now, with that said, super important, there are some basic rules to this. It's general information because I don't get enough from you to actually give you specifics. Also, you use a fake name when you call in. You can be Whitney Houston for the first time that you've ever wanted to be. There's a caller coming in. Remember to use a fake name. No story mode. 5-7 minutes. Here we go. Hi, you are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask you on the SSI rental subsidy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that only if there's like an agreement with the landlord and the landlord agrees to charge you less, or if someone helps you pay the rent, would that still apply?
I'm going to actually do a whole video on this. So here's the thing, because they're kind of changing some of the rules with all that stuff. If you want to send me a bunch of questions on that, I'll incorporate it into a video because that is coming out soon. Basically, there's effectiveness on a lot of it for September 30th. So bottom line is, real soon that thing's coming out. Send me an email with a bunch of questions that you want, and I'll weave it into a video and do like a whole video on it.
Okay, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely good, sir. Sounds good. I'll catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, so basically there's a rental subsidy program for SSI individuals, helps them out with basically affording rent kind of gig. Other things too, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work with the application process. But bottom line is there's big changes coming at the end of this month. I have a whole video that's going to be coming on that, so that should be good. That should be a good thing. But also for the person I just spoke with, if you need the email, it's the info@disabilityresolution.com. Just put at the top for YouTube video, info@disabilityresolution.com for the SSI rental subsidy. All right. Now, here's the basic thing with this video. I go live for 30 minutes and I answer questions live. I don't know of any other attorney that does this because it's insanity to take on calls this quickly, rapid fashion, but it's really late. So I don't expect a lot of callers. When I do this around 8 p.m., I get slammed, which is one of the reasons I like doing it later. But with that said, right now, we don't have any more callers. So I'm going to go ahead and count it down. Here's the deal. Here's how it works. If we don't have any callers within a 10-second period, I get to go to bed early. Oh, nope, there's another one. All right, here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Bob. I have a question. I'm on SSDI, and I am thinking about streaming. Mm-hmm. And if I make any revenue or anything on that, how would that work? And can I do that on being on disability?
So the kicker is this. What you're really asking me is, can they use that as evidence to show that you're not truly, disabled under the rules and regulations as a result of you being able to go ahead and write scripts, shoot videos, edit videos, post videos, etc. So, okay. So as a result of this, what types of videos are you thinking about?
Just basically live streaming video games, or if I feel good enough to play some music, just things like that, and probably only a few hours a week.
Okay. Why do you feel the SSA would be able to cash in on evidence to show that you're not truly disabled as a result of that? And remember, when you answer that, start with your top 5 impairments.
I have a whole list of things: chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. They kind of put it all in one bucket there. Also, I have really low testosterone. I have very frequent infections and migraines. It limits me on a lot of stuff I can do. And sometimes I'm down for weeks at a time where I'm just kind of bedridden. So the question with all that is, I know I can't do a whole lot, and even streaming, I probably won't do a whole lot of it. But if I just make any money, can it come back and bite me? What do I have to do with reporting if I make $50? I mean, anything.
All right. So two things, a couple of things with this. Number one, you answered the question by putting you in the best possible light that you could potentially be put in, which is not the light at all that you will be adjudicated under. You have to think of it from their perspective as to why you are basically sitting for extended periods, able to focus for extended periods, interact with the general public, interact with people in video games, complete missions, be able to understand the purposes of the video game, be able to show eye-hand coordination. Remember, you're looking at it from your perspective. You need to see it from their perspective. If you're earning over the $1,550, right, then in that instance, they can go ahead and say, hey, you don't get your check that month. But remember, when you stream, you're like your own little business, and they can attribute what they feel is actual earnings, even though they may not be realized earnings that you actually get paid. So the bottom line is, unfortunately, as a result of all of this, what we're talking about is a situation where, just to be fair, they can go ahead and say, even you didn't earn this extra amount, you didn't do this certain thing here, there, whatever, you actually, as a result, probably went ahead and, earned more by having to take time to do the script, take time to pick out the game, take time to figure out what the plan for the day was going to be, buy the gear, set up the gear, organize the gear, make sure everything's effective and rolling in the right direction, all that jazz. So my question to you realistically is, how do you see streaming as something? All right. So what are your top 3 impairments? Let's start there.
Right. Well, fibromyalgia, the chronic fatigue, and frequent infections.
Yeah. Then absolutely. I could find many ways to nail you to the wall if I catch you gaming online and go after you as a result of that. Without any question in my mind, I would be able to do that.
Right, even if it's 5-10 hours a week or whatever else. So it's just
it doesn't end up being that though.
Yeah,
it starts as that. It starts as that. But remember, by the time you get to, and remember, you're not a VA, P&T, right? Where you get to pretty much get to do some work and still keep your benefits, still keep your $4,000. You are an SSDIer. Now the VA people, right? They're getting a lot of flashback when it comes to basically OIG coming in, saying, well, we don't really think you're that disabled. We're lessening your percentages. The thing is this, they already got OIG sniffing for people. And there's companies out there that literally put a picture of you into a program that finds more pictures of you. And guess what's going to pop up? You streaming online. Now, let's not BS each other. You're already online playing video games. What you're talking about is streaming online. So, just think about that, what that means. Think about the presence of that. Think about what it would look like in an OIG ROI report.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the more that I do, just the worse it is. With that, anxiety and all the other stuff that comes with it, anytime that I do anything, they can look back and say, okay, well, you can do something else at this point. Well, even if it is only a few hours a week, it still does it.
I mean, let's be fair here. Fibromyalgia, you're not going to be able to sit that long, right? You have sensitivity points all over.
That's the reason why I can only do it for, periods of time with breaks in it. Sitting for any length of time just kills me. So if I'm there 15, 20, I got to move, and then I'm laying down and I'm back and forth. That's the reason why it'd be such a small period of time. But I had a lot of people pushing me towards it and going, hey, look, maybe you can do a little bit more, that you just stream a little bit and this and that. And I'm like, I know that I can't have high energy for long, because even just after doing it, just whatever for a little bit, I just kind of just get done. But it was just an idea, because again, I just don't make enough, to take care of my health issues, to tell you the truth. I still have to spend so much out of pocket because there's so much that, Medicare doesn't pay for.
So here's the thing. I had a guy call me up. He basically streams. Okay. There was an issue. So if I seem like I'm coming at you with a pre-discovered answer to this thing, it's because it popped up.
Yeah.
If you want to play that stuff and do that stuff, make sure you protect your identity,
Okay. I understand that. And again, I'm not doing all that many hours or anything else. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just trying to think of something to try and make up for medical bills. And I didn't really kind of think that this would be all that much, really help out, but it did.
Your Medicare isn't covering a lot of the stuff that's, needed?
No, it's not. There's a lot of different things that I'm needing, and there's also, I'm not seeing too many specialists in the area because I'm trying to get better, which I know that's the worst thing to say in the world, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, so I'm just I'm hitting so many walls, and there's things that aren't covered that, are out of pocket. There's things that I have to buy with the sleep apnea more often because I can't even clean some parts of my machine. I have problems with it, breathing. And so I got to go through more than what they allow to pay for. So I have to pay out of pocket for stuff like that. And then, I'm going to specialists, in different states trying to, get better. I'm getting a lot of blood clots in the lungs and stuff too. And the medications aren't working right. So it's like, so there's a lot of different things that I'm just trying to get better health care. And then, there's other stuff that, they're not covering.
Sure. Absolutely. But, all right. Well, good, sir. I will catch you a little bit later. Work on it. I'll catch you down the line and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye. Perfect. We're going to take the next caller. Here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name. Oh, there you go. Let's see what the next one pops in. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
I just got hello?
Yep. Good. So remember, while we're on the phone, go ahead and mute the computer or whatever the program is on your side that shows the YouTube video, because otherwise we'll get that feedback loop. But go ahead. What is your question?
Yeah, so I'm on the initial application. I just got denied. It was a total of 8 months. I have some GI issues. I'm low BMI, wheelchair bound, with perennial neuropathy with like some soft tissue swelling. And I was on TPN for a while, and they sent me to 3 CE exams.
Mm-hmm.
The last one being an ophthalmology exam where the MD said that I was low vision,
Mm-hmm.
and then I received a denial. So I just kind of confused about the whole thing when I have in-home nursing, so I'm not sure what they were seeing.
So you want to know why you were denied. All right. So bottom line is this. All right. Let's go through the basics. That way I can kind of cut out some of the usual stuff. Are you currently represented by an attorney so that, a lot of the basic stuff would be caught, or are you not represented?
Not represented.
Okay. So that means anything could be the problem. When was the last time that you worked over the table getting paid through like an actual payroll thing?
It's been over 2 years.
Okay. So have you consistently worked, and what's your current age? You can give me a year that's one off.
I'm in my mid 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other question?
So the other question is basically, all right. Sorry, my brain just kind of went there. So did you consistently work before that period of time, or not really? You just worked for a short period or a long period?
I consistently worked, yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this: with your impairments, you said you've got in-home treatments, wheelchair, really really skinny at this point, not a lot of muscle mass, unable to function mostly. So 2 years ago, what happened to put you in this state?
I was into a surgery and had some medical complications that happened after the surgery, and I was transferred to like 3 different GI hospitals because they couldn't really figure out. They just put me on TPN, and it was a pretty much medical medical complications.
Okay. As a result of that, is there another lawsuit going on to seek some sort of assistance, basically in a different form?
Correct.
Okay. So, all right. So there's potential settlement stuff on the horizon. Are you on LTD or short-term disability benefits as well?
No.
Okay. So why didn't you transition onto those, from the job?
I was an independent contractor, so small
Okay.
business.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next question I have for you. When it comes to these impairments, I mean, it sounds like you've got, good background evidence, et cetera, for them, right? I'm assuming. Help me understand this a little bit more with this situation. Like, what are we looking at? What did the DDS rep say to you that they did not like?
They actually never, through the whole process, they never called me through anything. The first CE, the physical CE, told me that I have extreme limitations, and he didn't even bring up work at all. He said you're not gonna be able to work. You're too much of a fall risk. My vision's been declining. I did very poor on all their tests. I'm seeing GI specialists. I'm going to start seeing a renal specialist because I had renal failure. So I'm not sure. I think my age, maybe they're just like, I'm young. I'm not sure.
All right. I'd have to look at the file to know what they're unhappy with, because this is you're in a wheelchair, right?
Correct. Yes, I'm in a wheelchair.
And that's pretty much for all functions. You get out of bed, you're in a wheelchair?
Yeah, they have to have the help being transferred to wheelchair. I'm permanent wheelchair, yeah.
I'm sure you've put in also the psychological as well, correct?
They sent me to a mental C. I've never been seen a psychiatrist or anything. I did go through depression in the hospital, but my main was physical, and then vision.
Yeah, but I mean, are you seeing a psychologist, psychiatrist, behavioralist, etc.?
No, the mental CE they sent me to recommended that I should.
Yeah, but why aren't you? I mean, obviously you lost your job, you have medical impairments that limit your ability to function. Like, why aren't you?
I think the main thing is I have, like, just this month I had like 7 doctor's appointments, like just different things. So my physical health is like very important to keep maintained right now. That's my main priority.
Okay. So basically you're just at this point where you're so overloaded with the schedule, you're kind of like, eesh, it's kind of hard to keep up.
And it's a bit overwhelming.
Okay. Honestly, man, this is a claim that does not sound like that difficult to win. I think they made a mistake, or there's something wrong inside the ERE that they're not happy with. Did you apply? I mean, all right. Well, here's the final question before I go to the next caller. But did you apply for both programs, SSI and SSDI?
Yes.
Did you get 1 denial or 2 denials?
First the DI, and then just recently the supplemental.
There's something in your file that's causing a denial. I don't know what it is, but I'd have to take a look at it. See if you can get a copy of your exhibit disc from the DDS rep. Like, call the DDS rep. If you look at those actual paper sheets they sent out, there should be a number and extension on it. Give them a call and see if they can send you your exhibit disc so you can access those files, and then shoot that over to me. I'll look through them real quick and see if I can find why they denied you. But this should not be a claim that gets denied. This should be as straightforward.
All right. I appreciate your time, and I'll go to your website and try to, or I could call this same number and email that to you.
Yeah, just shoot me an email. It's info@disabilityresolution.com. Just kind of shoot me an email. I'll grab it from there and take a look at it real quick. They'll send it to you in email form too with a password. But the bottom line is there's something in there that they didn't like, and maybe it's improvement. Maybe the CE doctors didn't think you were that bad, etc. But I'll be able to go through and see what the CE doctors actually stated, what limitations they showed for workability, and then go from there. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely good, sir. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go to the next caller real quick. Keep in mind, we're going to do this for about 30 minutes. We're at 20 minutes right now. Christy Hughes, good to see you. Howdy. Thank you for the $2 donation. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let me go over here to the phone. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi, yes, my name is Christy, and my legal question is, let's just do this, there we go, is for my second administrative law judge denial. I don't understand how they could say that the claimant has the following severe impairment, and the fibromyalgia, bulging cervical disc, lumbar degenerative disc disease with radiculopathy.
Yeah, no worries.
Headaches, attention deficit, hyperactive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and anxiety and depressive disorder. And it says above medically determinable impairment significantly limits the ability to perform basic work activities as required by SSR 85-28. So, it seems like that's good, right? But then I'm denied.
Second
goes
time.
on to say, huh?
So
yeah,
this
is my second ALJ denial.
So you got a remand, went back, you went to the same ALJ, got another denial. For these...
It's a different ALJ.
Different one. Okay, cool. So that means they probably got a constitutional remand. But for these situations, I've really got to look at the claim. I've got to go into it, see what's going on, and look at the actual medical record to figure out what happened. Because the thing is this, a lot of people used to tell a lie, which is that if you're really severe, you'll magically be found disabled. But now they've all woken up and realized that there's a bit of a game to this thing. So what I would say is this. So what most people do with this situation. All right. So you had an attorney, right, that was representing you throughout this process.
No, I have a representative that does not communicate with me at all and told me he could not give me legal advice. Yes.
Okay. So that's interesting. All right. So
and I have all my exhibit files, and he already had the file for the appeals council.
Yeah,
it's already in. Yeah. I was thinking he'd fire me, but he already had it written before he talked to me because there's things in there that are not true. From doctors and whatnot. And the first one was it seemed like the judge and attorney counsel or attorney client privilege or whatever was broken somehow by stating that I had taken notes during our appointment and then went home and organized them. That's what my lawyer said. And that just seems really odd to me because that's not how my life goes. I'm very disorganized, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So real quick, let me ask you, well, all right, do this. You have your exhibit disc, right, in an email form?
I have them I have them in email form, and I have the passwords.
Okay.
Yes.
Send that over to me. I may get to it tomorrow. I'm kind of overloaded tomorrow with the stuff I already have to do. But send it over. This weekend I'm actually painting my sister's roof, so it may have to wait until Monday or Tuesday next week. But send it over. I'll take a look at it, and then remember what I'm going to be looking for is a reason for appeals counsel go around again. Because the main function here is how do we get this up to appeals counsel, get a remand, and go from there. Now, did you go up to district court or just go up to appeals counsel with the prior ALJ denial?
This is the appeals counsel office and review and oversight and proposed conclusion. In fact, he wrote up a brief, a very short brief, stating what the ALJ eared when. After finding that the claimant's impairments result in significant limitations when evaluating the paragraph B the criteria at step 3, the ALJ failed to account for all of those limitations when formulating the residual function capacity finding and considering whether the claimant can perform past work, which was in 2006, is when I worked last, or other work in the economy at steps 4 and 5. And then there's some numbers and letters. C20 CSR and 404 point, I don't know, and that they also erred by failing to properly consider the medical opinion evidence pursuant to the regulations and agency authority.
I
and
gotcha.
Like stuff like that, because then the first one, they said that my psychiatrist of 9 years, because I've been in therapy this whole time. I've been in therapy for 17 years. I've gone to DBT therapy twice. And, the ALJ is trying to say, since I haven't been in the hospital for my dissociative episodes or whatever, that it's not real. Like, it's ridiculous what the things and she's not taking into account the people that actually know me, but I bet you there is something in the exhibit file, because I don't know.
Well, and here's the thing. The question is no longer, are you severely impaired? The question is, did the judge make an error as to law or fact? And so, you got to find grounds, for the appeals council ride. And then once it gets remanded back with the fixes and changes, then you go back to, how do I prove, after those fixes and changes that the judge has to do if you are severely impaired. Send it over to me. There's something sleeping in the file. And then if I can find it relatively quickly, cool. If not, we'll kind of go from there. But, the reality of this is that the whole system is it's not built to be fair, or feel at least fair like it was back in the day. A lot of people are getting denied that should have never been denied,
Right. I would like to have you work for, I don't care about the money part, it's about the principle and getting a good job done. And I thought he was a lawyer. I would really like to not have him and have you.
I hear you.
I know you're very busy.
So the thing is, with a lot of these claims, I don't take claims that have somebody already on the fee petition. So like if he's willing to withdraw for rep and fees, then I can always take a look at it to see if I can take the claim kind of gig.
Free.
He was free? He was... There's no fee? Okay. Then I'll take a look at it. I'll go deeper on it and see what I can find. But the main thing is, too, remember, I'm going to go into this file and I'm going to find something. You're going to go, oh, shit. So that happens all the time. Okay. So, when that happens, don't freak out. Yeah.
I won't. There's something in my file from when I went to mental health systems and I was honest about things and they said they wouldn't write it down and they did.
Yep.
And the facilitator said, no one will ever see that. It's buried way in there. So,
I'll find it. Trust me, I'll find it.
Yes.
I'll see it and I'll be like, hey, I found your secret file. Yeah. So, yeah.
Right. And my rep found it and she put it as if I were to tell her that. And I never told her any of that. She lied and she stole it from, a different place. She put it as our intake. So, yeah, very disappointed in the mental health and very not trusting now.
Sure.
It's just, oh my goodness, you are my hero.
Oh, thank you.
I just think that Walter for president forever. Really though, I tell everybody about you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just, I feel like nobody would want me to be president in actual politics because I'm mean to all of them. So, but no, I appreciate it immensely. Let's do this. You reach out tomorrow. We'll try and connect. I am super overloaded with briefs and stuff, but we'll try and connect. But basically catch up with me tomorrow and we'll go from there, Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're a godsend to all of us.
Thank you. Well, thank you. You have a wonderful, wonderful night,
Thank you. You too. And get some rest, man.
Will do.
I'm not even sending you anything. So,
no worries.
I just appreciate you. So have a wonderful day.
You as well. Much. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. This is going to be the last phone call of the day. Please remember to go ahead and use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, Attorney Walter. I was going to ask if somebody's still being like surveillance for Social Security, if they're or for disability, and you've already passed the CDR, a long CDR. It was a year and 2 months. Do they ever? I mean, if they do use federal type people and federal type agents, which I see some cars with a white government tag on the back, and that's even just going right down the road within a mile and a half. But if they are using the federal side of things, I would say, I guess that would mean there's a warrant of some kind, and
not necessarily. They don't always get a warrant. Remember, they use county and state people all the time. They want a cop or a sheriff. They'll go grab them, bring them into the program, and go ahead and bring them into the fold of the CDI unit. So, no, they use state and county, but it doesn't always mean they have a warrant. They're usually beginning the process to go out, collect information, and write up something so that they can use to go ahead and adjudicate. But no, I mean, it's not as simple and straightforward as they have a warrant always when they're looking for you. And remember, those CDI investigations, they never last that long unless, it falls through the cracks and they come back to it. They don't invest that much time and money. We're talking 2 weeks for the most part of them actually investigating somebody where they're interacting with them and basically doing a review. That's the major stuff that I usually see with the amount of time where they're actually following somebody around. But a year and a half, no, that's absolutely not. They're not doing that. That they wouldn't have the time. The time it would take to invest following somebody around, they would have to be some huge person of interest, for that to actually occur. But in this case, that's just not reality. It's just not the reality of it. So, but I tell you what, I'm going to take one more caller really quick, just to kind of finish off the night. But I will catch you a little bit later, and we'll kind of catch up down the line. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely, Attorney Walter. Night vision. You ever seen them put night vision like on a camera across the street, so that if you come out your front yard for 15 minutes or 20 minutes to say go to your car, that it would indicate a sheriff to come by?
No, I haven't seen any of that in the CDI or the ROI reports. I don't think that's standard issue though with the SSA, but if you're being investigated for something else, then that's totally on the table. All right. I'm going to catch you a little bit later though, good sir. You have a wonderful night, and I'm going to grab this next call. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Attorney Walter.
Thank you, good sir. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. This is going to officially be the final call of tonight. I guess we're good. I guess we're pretty good there. So we'll see if they call back really quickly, and that way give them a shot. Here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout the process. Go ahead.
Hello, Walter. I have a question.
Sure.
So I was watching and listening to your question about the person that does gaming.
Sure.
And my question is, how about like me? I do TikTok lives and I just read scripture with people. And would the Social Security take that to accountability as well?
Depends on your impairments, because remember, they have to show that your impairments are not as severe as you claim they were, or that they've improved. So, if your impairments are unable to sit for extended periods or unable to interact with the general public, bosses, coworkers, friends, family, etc., if you're unable to go ahead and have eye-hand coordination, then yeah, they're going to use that against you.
Okay, yes, sir. Because the reason is, I guess that makes sense because I'm legally, I guess you can say legally blind in a way. I'm not too sure because I suffered a brain aneurysm and it left me with more than a few disability things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have partial body paralysis, but I use the scripture reading. I use it as as therapy because I do a lot of reading on there. So I was just wondering if that would also considered a red flag in a way.
So here's the thing. A lot of people hide behind the identity of it's therapy. I ride my bicycle because it's therapy for my back. I ride my Harley because it's therapy for my anxiety. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing that's going to protect you from an actual report being completed or somebody following you around or somebody looking up on your system and getting a whole host of a bunch of videos of you doing stuff that you claimed you couldn't do when you were applying. So, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir. Just because, like I said, I have more than that impairment. I have I don't know how to say it, like a comprehending impairment where I don't really catch everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So also that, and I have partial body paralysis, so I cannot do a lot of walking or anything like that.
Remember, it's not your defense, right? Because everybody always comes at me with their defense. Can you tell me, if you were an investigator, why you would have evidence against you, the person with these impairments, that they could actually do more than they claim they were doing on their disability report?
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to answer that one myself.
No. You would, though. You would. Think about it, right? Partial blindness. How are you able to toggle controls on a computer to do live sessions? Difficulty with cognition, cognitive ability. How are you able to actually function with the Bible or whichever, religious book you're looking at? How are you able to give instruction to other people? How are you able to do all those functions?
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess one of my defenses would be because, as I'm reading, I get lost within a sentence and I read the same thing over and over again. I repeat myself way too many times. So
see, you're defending yourself again. You're defending yourself. You got to flip it around. You're on attack now, trying to show how they could write a report that you're not as bad as you claim you are. So you're in defense mode. You got to go on the other side and read the other side, because the other side is going to be a report that is showing all the magical things you can do as a person who claims he can't do a lot.
Right. Okay. All right. And do you also represent people from out of state, from where you're located?
Yeah, we pretty much have claimants in every state and work a lot. But no, we do all that stuff. But hopefully, you're just not going to be going through a CDR.
Yeah, hopefully, it's all to God's glory.
Indeed. Yeah.
But it's crazy because it's crazy how vicious the government can be. Because I survived the aneurysm where I was 5 minutes flat out, but that's besides the point. But yeah, that was my main question, because I don't make any money off of it, like the previous person was saying. But it's still I can see how it could be counted against me. So, but it's just keeping it down low. It's just like I said, I do a lot of reading because it helps me with keeping track of where I'm reading with the sentences. Because like I said, I get lost a lot.
Sure.
With the sentences. So I use it to exercise myself on that.
Again, you're defining this as your defenses to somebody writing a report about you. You got to think about this from somebody who is writing a report as to what they're going to put down about what you're actually doing. Like if I were to watch one of your videos, am I going to see somebody instructing somebody on how God can help them and what God can do for them and things like that? Like, am I going to see that in that video?
Okay. So just really, like you said, see myself from a different point of view, like a secondary. So
you want to look at this, okay, from their perspective as how they would basically see it. You can't look at it from I'm going to defend myself this way with any potential questions that come my way. No, that's not how it works. You have to look at this from how they're seeing you doing the actual functional task and how they're going to make arguments that basically you can do more functions than you claim you actually can.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Something I have not thought about, but
yeah.
But on your channel, I'm guessing as your information there, can we contact you only by email?
No, I mean you can call me though, but keep in mind, this is not a representation thing because you're not in trouble yet. You're not in an ROI report already written by a CDI unit. You're going to DDS trying to defend your benefits. A lot of people hire me for that 1 hour if they think something's coming or something has happened. I've been hired for a lot of, CDI investigation, ROI report reviews. So,
right.
What I would say is this, people get to me when they know there's a problem coming or they think a problem is coming or, basically the problem is right in front of them and now they got to figure out what their defense is going to be. But, for CDI, ROI investigations, I don't usually represent them. I just tell them what to do. They hire me for an hour and I walk them through what to do. And that just is what it is. And I've, represented people all the way from, who are living in the East China Sea to Africa, the continent, to, all the way up in Alaska with this stuff. So you just have to understand, you just need to be in front of the ball before it hits you. But if you don't have any inkling that anything's coming your way, then you should be okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like I said, I was hearing you out on that person with the gaming.
Sure.
And I was like, it got me thinking.
Sure, absolutely.
But like that person said, I'm under, but I don't make any money at all. It's all to worship God. It's not something to be paid about. But it does happen where things always get misinterpreted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. But anyways, I will catch you a little bit later, good sir. You have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we'll kind of catch up from there,
Yes, sir. Thank you. And we thank you for all the things you do on YouTube. And that's great that you do that. May God bless you greatly.
Thank you, good sir. You have a wonderful, blessed night as well.
All right. You see that too, Mr. Walter?
Thank you, good sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yeah, you as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Excellent, everybody. I'm definitely feeling tired. Christy Hughes, thank you for the gifted Social Security membership to James Burns. I super appreciate seeing all the green names in there. Master Monsieur El Coyote, Christy Hughes. Let's see. Let's see if there's any additional ones. Raymond Rodden. Also, there was a $20 donation, which is absolutely, sorry, hold on, let me find it real quick. A $5 donation from Carolyn Food Forest. Did you hear the announcement that President Trump put out today about not taxing overtime pay? I didn't hear it yet, but frankly, we're in this phase where every president is going to promise, I'm not going to tax this, I'm not going to tax that, I'm not going to tax this, I'm not going to tax that. The reality is Americans shouldn't be punished for taxing their retirement benefits, taxing their tips, taxing their overtime pay. Americans are punished, but they shouldn't. Bottom line, the way I see it is they're in the final phases of making a lot of promises for a lot of things that they want to basically get you to vote for them. Does Harris borrow a lot of ideas from Trump? Yeah. Is Trump, thrown in the kitchen sink to get you to vote for him? Yeah. Because to be fair, to be honest, that little chatteroo between him and Harris didn't really go 100% his way. He underestimated her, didn't prepare enough. And then she basically put a lot of attack points out there, a lot of schmoozy bull, but still he was on the defense the whole time, except for the very, very end. But to be fair too, every time Trump would bring something up, those moderators were right there to say, we don't have any evidence of that. So the point is, I don't think he should do another one against her. It just hurt him. It did not help him unless he's actually prepared for the next one. To stand on his own 2 feet. The reality too is that Harris is, her customers have been the public her entire career, and she has done not an amazing job her entire career. So when it comes to like experience, she's got experience. It's just the wrong kind of experience. It's just not like amazing. Wow, yeehaw, here we go. She's going to do an amazing. And that's the thing. Here, can I be fair with you guys? If a politician isn't able to innovate, even with all of their staff, but if they're not able to innovate and come up with ideas, like study the programs, and that ain't Harris. And to be fair, Trump does a little of that. He's not a great innovator when it comes to, future rules, regulations, stuff like that. But Harris is not an innovator. So right off the bat, I don't have any respect for that individual because I expect a certain level of cognitive ability to go ahead and innovate for programs to change the current rules by submitting bills and then changing the wording to get the actual effect. I don't respect people that can't innovate if they're at a high level executive role, such as a politician, senator, House rep, whatever. So from my perspective, I can't really bite on that one. You know what I mean? Trump has good stuff. He's got bad stuff. So, there's that issue too. But that's one of those things that, I think it's, I think Master Monsieur El Coyote put it well. Her job is to delegate. I would agree in part. When you are the highest level executive at a company, your job is to figure out how you can delegate the little, small, get her done functions. But reading the future, understanding the waves of what are coming, innovating what the people will need is something she can't do. She doesn't have it. Trump can do that a little bit, but Trump, like you said, is a shit delegator. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. That's why Trump is constantly making comments on this, comments on that, comments on this, comments on that, because he's trying to control too much too quick without focusing on how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? It's like with the whole Medicare thing or medical, medical insurance thing that popped up. He's like, well, I have theories. I'm not president right now. I have ideas, da, da, da. That was a golden opportunity to wow us with some brilliant idea about how to come out with something better than the marketplace for health insurance. You know what I mean? That was a moment where he really just did not deliver. But you better believe it, he's going to come out with something as a result of that. He knows he got kicked in the teeth on that one and didn't look too pretty. So, all right. Anyways, yeah, I saw the thing about the questions in advance, stuff like that. Look, we get what we get from the system. And if we're really fair about it, if we're just genuinely direct, all politicians create manufactured outcomes. That's their entire job. They make bills to make something end up like something else. News media outlets, they want to play their games where one's with this side, the other's with that side, because if they're selling opinion that you like, you're going to watch. That's the reality. That's why I'm not super famous on here. I'm selling you reality, and people get pissed at me for it because it's counter or contrary to what they heard from some other channels about some supplemental thing coming tomorrow, some big check, some big stimulus. You got to understand, like, that's why I don't have 500,000 subscribers. It's because I don't BS well, because if I BS, they'll go after my license to practice law. So I got to give you the reality of what it is. But again, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what direction all this stuff takes. I just wish we could go back to a time where politicians were innovators, and they're not. They are. I get so pissed with this stuff. Like, if I became a politician, I'd have to go to all the agencies, and I have to sit there from the bottom job and learn what the rules are, how they apply, what's the culture, and then think, how do I make this better? How do I innovate this better? Because a lot of our problems are existing in the administrations, the agencies that are set up to fix those problems. Right? Doesn't it make, look, you ever think about this? All right, look, you know how we have a homeless problem? We have a homeless problem. We got a lot of unhoused people, right? Don't you think the Federal Housing Administration would have fixed that by now? Right? Don't you think they would have fixed that by now? What about the CDC coming out with cures? They would have fixed that by now, right? What about the FBI catching all the stuff coming in through the border, through the sky, submarines, getting people sick, getting people hooked? You would have thought they would have fixed that by now. You want to know where the problems are? It's the administrations that were set up to fix the problems that they haven't been able to fix. That's where it is, okay? We had 4 years, almost 4 years, of a guy not doing much. All right? That's the reality of it, okay? And now we got his number two, who may be voted in, The American people are a beast that I will never understand. But that's the problem. Their brain is different than mine. I have to be understanding that the way they see things is different than my brain. My brain's like, okay, 6, 7 steps down, is this going to be good? Their brain is, cookie is yum. That's the, you know what I mean? I want to vote for banana. You know what I mean? That's the American brain for the most part. That's the problem. They'll hit that mark and step 1 looks good. Cool. Press the green button. That's it. So I get frustrated. I don't scream at the TV anymore. I let Sweetie do that for me. But, it's just, it's frustrating. And I could fix a lot of this shit too. Anyways, I will catch you guys a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. Please remember to like and subscribe. If I helped you with a question, even though you didn't like the answer, please consider leaving some stars at Disability Resolution on Google, Disability Resolution Florida. Just Google it. You want an hour, mini contract is below. And have a wonderful night. Thank you for everybody showing up. Mike, Master, Scott, Richard, Carolyn. I think Konish was in here as well. I think I saw him as well. Burns, Michael, thank you. Thank you for showing up and being part of it, because we're getting closer to, I don't know, maybe if I get some extra time, I'll rewrite these bills. I just don't have extra time. That's the problem. So, all right, I'll catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful day, and we will go from there. Thank you so much. Sleep well. It's 1:42 a.m. We'll catch up over the next couple of days. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.